Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? Okay, so after my last video, I've had a few people ask me what are my settings for long distance flight with my iNav planes. So the plane that's plugged in right now is my Swordfish. So I'm just going to go through everything, though I have it set up. I'm just going to go slowly through the screen so you guys can see them if you want to screen capture them, whatever you want to do. There's no battery in the plane. It's just plugged in through the USB. So here we go. Setup page. This is what you have. I'm going to move the wings. You should see it move. There you go. Just kicking it with my feet. It's got calibration. It's all standard. It's all done. Mixers. Okay, for my mixers, I'm just using airplane with a VTL, but I'm not using the rudder. I disconnected the rudder on mine. I didn't really find I needed. I don't get the WAG or anything, so I just disconnected it. I'm just using one motor output. I could do two, but I just put a splitter on mine and just use one. For me, simplicity, that's it. If you go down here, everything is stabilized. These are my settings. If you know here, RC yaw on channel 5. Sorry, on 555. This is a timer 7, S7, or timer 8, whatever it is. That is for my pan servo on my plane. That's it for that. Let's go to outputs. For outputs, enable up here, D-Shock 300. I don't know if it makes a difference or not. I just left it there. 100 hertz servo rate. That's what I'm running. Scale 1, 14. I didn't really play. I don't play with any of this stuff. Just here, what I did is, if you look down here for servo 5, which is my pan servo, I have to recenter it at 1580 instead of 1500. And I set the minimum to 750, so it gives you that 270 degree of arc. So really, you can swing that sucker around, and 2400. So this thing really goes. You see all around the plane. Okay, next screen for ports. If you keep looking here, my receiver's on UART1. My GPS is on UART3. My walk snail, because I'm flying walk snail, is on UART5 with MSP DisplayPort. So that's how I set that up. For configuration, I do have a pitot tube on mine, so it is configured here. It's plug and play. Just plug it in. That's it. There's no setup on it. There's no nothing. For the I2 squared speed, I have it at 800 kilohertz. I guess that's what they recommend, so I left it there. I use GPS for navigation, telemetry, my telemetry port, multicolor RGB LED because I have LEDs on the plane. Black box light recorder. It's on. Never used it. Servo outputs are enabled. OSD is enabled. Permanent enable air mode always. Launch mode. All my planes now, they're launch mode enabled. So as soon as you hit the arm switch, you go into launch mode. It works fantastic. No more digging planes in the ground and stuff like that, or having to throw them harder. It just works great. Automatic battery profile because I fly with 3S and 4S. So before I used to always change it manually, now I just leave it automatic and it works great. Continuously trim servos, that's activated. For my my battery voltage monitoring, that's on. My ADC filters and all that, I had to change the scale. It's to 1103. And the same thing here for my current meter. After checking it after a few flights, I put it 206. And that seems to work good for me, and it's pretty accurate. Mind you, yours might change. For maximum sub-voltage detection, 4.25. All this stuff is pretty well stock. I haven't changed anything. Capacity, I put 4,000 because sometimes I'll run it with a lithium ion battery, and I have 4,000 cells so I can put in there. So I just leave it at 4,000. And that's basically that. And if you do play with anything in here, you have to save and reboot. If you don't save and reboot, if you change screens, you're going to lose whatever you just did. Fail safe. For sail face, it's pretty simple. It's set return to home. That's it. Just leave it like that. Save and reboot. For PID tuning, I'm a pretty mild flyer. I don't do crazy shit with these planes. It's mainly for long range cruising, just looking around with the camera, panning around. So for the PID gains, everything here is stock. I didn't touch it. Rates and expo. This is what I have for my roll rate: 110 degrees, pitch 80, yaw 80. Pitch and roll expo 35%, expo yaw 30, maximum roll angle 40, and maximum pitch angle 30. Heading hold rate limit 90 degrees per second, and all this is all stock. That's about it. I didn't change anything down here. And let's go here for filters. Filters is all stock. I didn't change anything there. For mechanical, this is all stock. The only thing I changed was the level degree trim. I had to put the 4 degrees to get it to fly level, and that's it. So when you're done there, just save and go. Advanced tuning. I don't think did I do anything here. Let me see. It's been a while. I haven't played with this. Let's see. A second. It always takes a while for the advanced tuning to come up. Maybe I sing a song in the meantime. Okay, so for my idle throttle, it's at 1200. My maximum throw angle is about 45 degrees. Motor delay is 100 milliseconds. Go down here, motor spin up time at 100 milliseconds. My launch throttle is at 1650. I never put it all the way up. There's no point. This thing is like a rocket ship on 4S. Climb angle 25 degrees. I like a nice shallow climb angle. I don't want it too steep, so it stalls out if something happens. And that's it. The rest of the stuff I didn't mess with. Final approach, all this stuff, I didn't touch it. No, I didn't touch any of that. I didn't touch return. The only thing I changed here was the return to home altitude. I put to at least return to home altitude 60 meters for my area where I fly. That's more than enough for tree cover and everything. And then that's the altitude for my return to home, and my home altitude I put it down to 50 meters. It's a little closer. At one point I had 100 meters, and it's way too high. Climb before return home. This, yes. First stage at least. I use linear descent instead of having dropped down the last second, because I know where I fly. It's safe to do it. If you're not sure and you might have obstacles in the way, don't use linear descent. Get rid of that. Return home. That's all. This is all pretty well stock. I haven't changed any. Land after return home. I'm gonna put never. I don't want it landing, because if there's an obstacle, a car or something there, I don't want it flying into a car. I'd rather keep my eye on it. Minimum throttle 1200, maximum throttle 1700. Cruise throttle I put to 1375. That seems to be good for my plane. It seems to be good cruise throttle. It's not too fast, not too slow. Burns, doesn't suck up the battery too fast. Allow manual throttle increase. That's activated because I like to, just in case I have to need it in an emergency. Because at one point I didn't have it activated and I had to punch out for something and my throttle wouldn't work. So keep it on manual. After that, programming, I have nothing in here. Just show you, there's nothing. I don't use that. For my receiver, right now my receiver is not plugged in, but it's set on Crossfire. That's about it. If you look at my settings here, it's pretty well all stock. For modes, I'll show you what I have for modes. I have my arm, angle mode. I use my manual mode. I have a nav cruise setup, return to home, and the buzzer. That's it. Simple as that. Adjustments, let's go to adjustments. I don't think I have it. See, there's nothing in adjustments either. For GPS, let's take a little while for it to boot. Oh, that's pretty quick. Okay, so for the GPS, navigation, telemetry, it's active. Protocol uBlox 7 or uBlox. The new one is all U-Blocks. These are the satellites I'm using. If it's there, just check it off. Just use them all. There's no disadvantage to not doing it. So anyways, that's what I do there. The satellites are booting up. It's been a while. It's 10 kilohertz GPS on this thing, so it works really, really well. It gets them pretty quick. Right now I'm in my house, so I don't know if it's going to work, but that's for that. The alignment tool, I have no need for that. Mission control, I never use that. Let's go to OSD. Plug that in. Give it a second, it's going to come up. Come on, baby. The OSD screen is the longest. Okay, here we go. So this is my OSD. This is the way I have it set up. Now, if you look on the window here, you see the lines. These are the preview lines. It shows you exactly where the walk snail will be. So up here in the purple, top right, is where the if it's showing if it's recording on the walk snail, and down here is where it shows you the data and everything from the walk snail system. That's why I don't really have anything on this section here. But on the right hand side, I have GPS coordinates here and which mode I'm in. I have my system messages pop up at the bottom of my screen. My airspeed and my ground speed are here because I have the pitot tube right there. my altitude, distance to home, and sorry, no, distance traveled. My mistake. Distance traveled is here, and the milliamps I've used. If you go up, I have the name of the vehicle or the aircraft, which is Swordfish. It's right here. Um, you know what I might do? I might actually, you know what? Yeah, here we go. Just thought of it. I don't need it up there. I put it right there. There you go, right there. It's gonna live right there. I prefer that. Just save that. If you don't save it, you're gonna lose it. So let it go. It's done its stuff. There you go. You can hear beeping. Okay, so up here is my milliamp hours used, my fly time, voltages per cell. I think that's really important, having the voltages per cell and my home arrow right there. I have my artificial horizon here, which I've never really used it before, but I found it handy now. I've been in a situation where you just say minimum visibility, and I was able to fly it no problem with that horizon. It was just for a few seconds, and I was fine after that. This is my distance to home. This is the milliwatt output that my radio is putting. The link quality. I'm flying on 900 megahertz, so more than enough range with this thing. More than enough. I'll never go that far. I'll never outfly the radio. You see here for my GPS, I have it up here. Should I put it down here? Do I put it down there? Come on, guys. What do I do? What do I do? Up or down? Up or down? I'll leave it up there for now because it's once it's set, you don't really need to look at it. So I'm just gonna leave it up there. It's out of the way. So that's it for that. So LED strip. I do use LEDs on the plane. Right now, if you look here, they're all white and they're blinking. So I use it as a navigation strobe light. It's on the bottom of the aircraft because when you look up, you're going to see it. There's four of them at the bottom of the craft, and I have green and red wingtip lights, but they're not on here because they just plug in. And that's about it. Sensors, there's nothing. Tether logging, black box, CLI. I don't need to go in that. So that's basically it. That's my whole setup for my plane. It's a great aircraft. If you get a chance, pick yourself up of a Swordfish. They're so nice to fly. They fly so well, smooth, smooth, smooth. Um, I noticed iNav 8 just came out. I was looking at it, but I'm going to leave it right now on iNav 7.1.2. I really, both of my planes are set up on it. I have no issues with it, so I see no reason to upgrade. I'll wait till people have done it and they've upgraded theirs and see what the feedback is, if there's any problems or issues or whatever. And at that point, when everything's fixed, then I'll do it. But otherwise, the planes fly just perfectly fine the way they are, so there's no point in upgrading to anything else. So anyways, guys, listen, that's it. I hope this helps if somebody needs information. Both my aircraft, this one and my T1, are the exact same setup. They both have the same programming, same OSD, same everything, same switch layout. Basically, my radio, I have one model marked iNav, and that's both my planes. So when I put in my nav, they both have the exact same setup. So that way I can switch from one plane to the next. I don't even have to turn off the radio, and they'll just plug in automatically. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoy this. Have a great day. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. You know the whole spiel. Help a poor guy out. And that's it, guys. Take care. Bye now.